Alright, King, welcome back to our Aquafarm, Skyefin Aquafarm series at that, here on Kinlaig. It is August, and we're in the process here of moving the fish around like we normally do. And, yeah, our Aquafarm here specifically is out of fish food, so we need to get some fish food there, so we'll have to do a little bit of that today. But we are going to bring these up to the main yard area. I'm actually going to hook it up to the back of this if it'll work. I haven't tested this out, but I'm hoping it will work. Yep, perfect. We're going to bring these back up there, and what we're going to really do is I'm going to kind of drop the trailer off, and we'll either utilize the John Deere or the case, whichever one, to kind of maneuver the trailer the remainder of the way. But we're going to bring this up there because we do have some pallets of flour that have spawned out that I'm going to go ahead and just move over. Just some maintenance type of stuff, right? Move it over to our newest fish food factory. And, you know, help beef that up a little bit more, because it is a slow-moving process to get all of those over there. So we're going to work on that today. We also need to get the straw up on the field that we harvested in the last episode. We also need to re-drill that field over there. You can see in the distance that we plowed up. Well, the worker plowed up for us. And then we really want to create a field over here as well today, right? So lots of things to do today, if I'm honest with you. So trying to utilize it, or do the best I can to utilize our time well. We are likely going to be utilizing a worker for re-drilling that field over there today, just based solely on the fact of how much we do have to do today, and I don't necessarily know if I want to do a second episode here in August. We are getting very, very close to the end of this series. I know I've mentioned that a number of times, but we really are. Once the soybeans are harvested, realistically, we probably have an episode maybe after that, I would think, if that. We might even finish it in the actual episode when the harvest of the soybeans. It really just depends, but once those are done, yeah, we're going to be pretty much done with the series at that point, and we will see what happens next. But yeah, how's everyone doing? I hope you're all doing well. Things are good, man. Things are good. This series is actually a little bittersweet to end as well. But it's all right. Evidently, we're still not accepting the fish food in there, which is weird. You would think they would need more fish food now, but I guess not. Interesting. I'm going to push that out of the way, which is probably not the good thing, but we're going to push it out of the way anyway. I'm going to flip around here, and I'll utilize the pallet of fish food that I am able, or pallet of fish food, the pallet of fish that I am able to pick up and move the fish food back over, since that is still not a possibility to pick up. All right, those should be good. They are good. Perfect. But yeah, hopefully you're all doing well. Things are good, man. Things are good. Things are picking up pretty quickly here on the channel. Now I will have to apologize. I did apologize from a post, but this is the first recording I've done since that post. There is no, this may be coming out on Saturday. I'm not positive yet, but there is no one-tile challenge this week. We apologize for that. Rusty had some things come up. Wasn't really a whole lot he could do about it, and so we kind of ran out of time. Rusty only had so much time to record. Rusty was not back in time, so we just kind of had to cancel it, unfortunately. But, that's okay. 1 week off isn't really going to harm much, right? It's not going to hurt much. Are we full net? No, we're not. Okay, so I need to maybe flip around here, because I still think there's some fish there that can go in. So we do apologize for that, gang. It was certainly not intended. We definitely wanted to get that series going for all of you guys, but it unfortunately just didn't work out this week. And I mentioned that, I don't know, a couple weeks ago that, there was a high probability that this could happen, right? There was a high probability that we're going to start seeing only one episode a week. That's kind of already started. And then there's a high probability with how busy things have got here in the spring for a couple of them that it may be a little bit longer, if you will, between episodes. And there may be a chance, like this week, where we're not able to get a recording done. Trying to get the schedules of 3 people to work out is hard enough as it is, but now that, spring is here, I think I've mentioned this before, Rusty works at a case dealership, so obviously the farmers are, very, very busy right now, so he's got a lot going on, so I think it's just becoming a little bit more difficult for us to get together like we normally intended, but we should be back next week. It seems like there shouldn't be any major issues this weekend to get a recording done, hopefully. So we'll see what we can do. If we can get 2 done, that would be wonderful. I'm not sure if we'll be able to do it or not, but if we can, that would be fantastic, I think. It would certainly help us, you know, given the situations, right? So we're just going to carry this flour on over here to this, and we're just going to buff this up a little bit more. So if we just kind of look at it really quick here, you can see there's 10,000 liters of flour in there, 1,144 liters of canola oil. The other one has plenty of flour in it, so I'm just going to take these and put them in here. It is going to continue to process through the flour and send it over there, but obviously it is taking a while to do all of that, but it is going to continue to do all of this, and the canola too, as a matter of fact, so... Probably a good thing we have another... When soybeans? Is it next month or the month after that? I don't even remember. But it's probably a good thing we have at least a month here to try to help, you know, send a little bit more here to our fish food productions. So we'll drop these off here. There we go. That's really going to bump that up. 14,000. That's nice. And honestly, this is probably going to need to go back to the Aquafarm. I think for the time being, though, I'm just going to park it right here. Because we've got other things we need to do. So first things first here, we're going to jump into the case here. I think we're going to utilize the case. And we're going to get a worker going on putting the canola in that field. I think I'm going to drive the John Deere. The John Deere is just a little bit more powerful, so it's a little bit faster for us to be able to get things done. Looks like we need fertilizer, and we probably should just top off the wheat, or the seeds as well, right? So let's do that. Not that one. I always cut that corner short for whatever reason. I like to... There we go. Alright. That wasn't too hateful. Very inexpensive, as a matter of fact. Alright, so let's get the canola up here. And then, again, we got to get the straw up. We're going to have to do that one ourselves, which is fine. But we'll do that here in a minute once we go and sell the rest of that salmon. Now, you could just take some of that salmon, technically, and put it into our offshore agriculture, aqua farm, whatever you want to call it. But we kind of talked about that, right? I don't really want to deal with that anymore. Maybe I should take 1 or 2 pallets there since there is still some fish food there. Maybe I should. Maybe we will. Yeah, maybe we should. I guess I will. We'll bring 2 pallets over there and see if we can eat through some more of that fish food that's there. Because it's just kind of a bit of a waste right now, right? It's just kind of sitting there and not really doing anything for us at all. So it probably does make sense for us just to throw a little bit in there. There's only 2,000 liters of fish food in there. Yeah, we'll throw 2 pallets in there. Why not? We're not going to make as much money, but again, we've got 95,000 in the bank account. We've got lots of fields. I'm not really that concerned. I'm not really that concerned about, you know, the money right now. Realistically, I'm not, because when we sell this, we're going to make some good money. Obviously, we're not going to make as much money as we, you know, could. Because we're going to sell it all in one bulk thing to somebody, hopefully another farmer. Maybe it'll be a young farmer, who knows, that wants to take this over, right? So we're going to obviously have to give them a little bit of a deal, right? We're not going to be able to make the full amount we should make out of it. Since they're buying it as a package, right? We should try to throw in some things, whether that's some of the equipment for free or whatever it may be, right? But, yeah, we'll figure that out. Okay, we made it down here. Now, I might have to utilize the JCB here. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to huck these over there or not. I'm pretty sure we've tried this in the past and it's been a disaster, right? So, I may have to bring the JCB back down here to do this, but... as a matter of fact, I can already tell you I'm more than likely going to have to. I don't see any way that this is going to work, and I'm probably going to lose one in the water here if I try this, but It worked. We got it in there. Holy smokes, that's a miracle. Quick autosave, of course. Always the autosave in the worst time. Alright, I'm going to do one more. We're going to try that same strategy again. It worked. We're going to try it one more time. The rest of the salmon I'm going to sell. Again, I don't want to waste too much of the salmon if at all possible. But I don't really want to waste fish food either, so that's the reason why we're throwing these in here, right? Yes! Alright, that worked out. Okay. So let's go sell the remaining 4 of these, and then we'll head back to the yard. Well, actually, we'll head to the shop. Sorry, not to the yard. Shop. We gotta buy fish food still. Matter of fact, let's just go ahead and buy some right now while we're at it. There wasn't really anything in the used market for us. There was a nice tanker out there, but that's not really for us, unfortunately. Let's just go with that for now. I was going to buy more, but I think we'll just go with that for now. Because we still have some fish food left on a couple of those lakes, right? So they're not going to need any. The other one probably will need a little bit, but I guess where I should go right now or figure out is where are we selling these salmon at? Maybe they're selling them down here. Normally we don't, but maybe we are. Here we go again. Got to scroll for an hour. Give me the opportunity, give me the possibility to favorite things, please, Giants, please, for the love of God. Oh yeah, it is right here. I forgot, because it's the young ones, that's right. It is down here. So, yeah, the fish market. So the one right here. So we're not even going anywhere. So we're just going to flip a Yui here, and we'll sell them. We'll see what we get money-wise out of this. It's not going to be a ton of money, but it'll be something. Salmon's worth more than the trout, so... Yep. Paid for the fish food we just bought, right? The salmon alone did that. Maybe I should buy more. I'm gonna buy more. I'm gonna buy more. We're not gonna buy full 10, but we'll buy maybe 4 more. Yeah, 4 more. When I say full 10, I meant $10,000 worth, but we'll buy 4. We'll buy $10,000 worth. That's fine. I also got brake checked by Scarlet. Get too close to these cars and they're just gonna throw a brake check on you. Alright, well that actually didn't take too long at all with this new plow that we got. I love this new plow. It's really nice, but awkward shaped field for sure, but I really do like it. Now, I was having a hard time figuring out exactly how far our land goes down. I might extend this a little bit further here, but I didn't really want to do this portion of it, you know, in a time lapse. So, yeah, Yeah, it goes a lot further down than I thought. I didn't know exactly where the cutoff was. I thought it was a little bit, like, out here a little bit for some reason. But we can definitely bring this down further. Now, the thing is with that big oak tree, I think it's an oak tree, that big oak tree over there, I didn't really want to go any further than that. We kind of talked about it, and it's still the plan is to kind of put a bit of a yard extension over here with some sheds and things like that. We haven't done that yet. But that is kind of part of it, right? That's something I want to do for the series specifically. So let's just extend this out to about here. Not a huge extension, but it, you know, that's something. And this field itself, obviously, it's not straight. It's a very awkward looking field, but it doesn't really matter. Just doing a very, very minor edge extension here. Up to about there. Perfect. So we're just going to go back and fill in the middle of that. And then this is a pretty big field, man. It really, I don't know if it's... I mean, it's not as big as this one, but it's certainly bigger than that. And, I mean, you could argue it's as big as maybe this one. Maybe? No, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. But, you know, it's still a decent-sized field, right? It's still a decent-sized field. So... I didn't want to mess with that oak tree. I don't know if this plan is going to come to fruition or not, but I kind of have an idea of something to do with that oak tree. So I don't really want to have the field go around it, even though that would be kind of a cool thing to do too. I've got other plans that I was thinking of for that oak tree. I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if it's going to come to fruition or not. I'm not quite sure it's going to work out as I expect, but we'll see. We'll see. Now, we have to pick up that straw still, and what I'm likely going to do is actually, when the worker's done doing the canola field, which I would assume is pretty close if they're not already done. I didn't really pay attention, but looks like they're going around the headlands now. Yeah, so they're almost done. Even though we just created this field, I'm probably going to put the worker on starting this field. I think we're going to make canola in this field. Now, I guess... Now, hold on a second. I guess what we could do is wait until next month to do that. It would probably be better for us to wait until next month to do that. We could also technically do the same thing for the straw there too, honestly. It doesn't have to be done now. That way we can kind of offset a little bit of the canola fields, right? Again, we're not going to be harvesting them in this series unless something drastic changes here. I don't know why I picked that up. Unless something drastic changes, I mean, we're done here in a couple of months, right? And when I say drastic, unless, you know, there's a big, massive call from all of you to continue the series for one reason or another, right? My intentions are not to do that, but I can be swayed. You know that. You know, I sometimes get a little, as I like to call it, wishy-washy on things, but... I think this series has you know, had its purpose. I think its purpose is pretty much past now, so. Alright, so there's that. I'm going to pull this into here. We'll take over for the worker, although the worker doesn't have much left to do. We'll still take over. And we do need to roll this field. So yeah, I think we'll hold off on doing the canola on that other field. We can do that next episode. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to hold off on doing the straw today as well, even though that was my initial intent. You know, we kind of shifted gears a little bit. So I think we can do canola in the field we just created next episode. Pick up the straw next episode, and that'll give us some things to do because, as I mentioned, you know, none of these fields are going to be ready to harvest next month. They're just not. So, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. That's a better approach. Now, when is soybeans? Soybeans is October. So yeah, we've got 2 months before we can even harvest one. And I do think we have a late soybeans, so we'll be harvesting in November. So pretty much end of the calendar year here in the game is probably when the series will end. In other words, we'll probably do an episode in December just to kind of tidy things up, clean things up. Maybe not, but I guess it depends on how many are ready in November versus October, right? If they're all ready in October, then maybe November will be it. But we'll see. Alright, so we just got to roll this field, which shouldn't take terribly long. Honestly, our roller is a pretty decent-sized roller. Now, realistically, we'd obviously like to get this stroll up off the ground and replow this field and stuff, but that field will probably continue to stay, at least for this series, for the rest of this series, rather, as, you know, a bit of a wheat-ish field or something that has straw within it. Wheat, barley, oat, whatever it may be. So it doesn't really necessarily have to be done today, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. Would we like to? Sure, but it doesn't need to be done today because we're not able to reseed this until next month anyway. So next month we'll be able to get the stroll up, plow that field, reseed it, and then obviously seed the newest field over there with canola, right? Well, maybe we won't reseed that field next month because next month is not... Wheat and barley are not next month, are they? Oh, they are. Okay, so we could do that next month too with wheat and barley if we wanted to. You know what? We're going to switch tractors for this. I don't want any issues with this. I hate rolling. You all know that. It's my least favorite thing to do besides potatoes. And the reason why we've really never done any kind of potato work on the series. I think we did it one time for like, I don't know, a handful of episodes. It was very short. Put the steering assist on, and we will get underway. Yeah, 12 mile per hour. This really isn't going to take us but a few seconds to get this done, honestly. Okay, we are pretty much done here. I had to do a couple of slides around here. I always forget I need to go a little bit slower around the corner with this if I'm not going to pick it up, because I refuse to do that. That's the reason why I hate rolling, is picking up the roller. It's just so incredibly slow to pick up and put back down. It makes the entire job 2 to 3 times longer because of how slow it is. And I hate that. That's the real reason I think that I hate it. Honestly, it really is. So I always maybe go slightly unrealistic by continuing just to turn with the roller up. Or down, I mean, sorry. Alright, it is all done. And so are we. I hope you enjoyed it, gang. If you did... Ooh, wait a minute, we need a pH value, don't we? Ooh, we forgot about the pH. Well, alright, well, a little bit of a bonus here then. If you didn't turn off already, Here's a bit of a bonus. We're going to do the pH too before we leave. We're going to get the pH done. It won't take us long to do that. Be a few seconds, honestly. pH spreader we got's pretty good. There's that invisible wall we love to hit. You would have thought by now, like, Giants would have sold that and fixed that. But, nope, still not. Perhaps it's only a console thing. I don't know. Maybe that's why they're not seeing it. I don't know. I don't know how much lime is in here. I think the lime is still in here, I think. If I remember correctly. Yeah. I don't know if that's enough lime or not. Let's just buy some more. Lime's not that expensive. We'll buy more. It probably is enough, honestly. But we're going to need it for that field, too. The field we just put down, right? Probably need it for the wheat field or whatever we end up making that, too. Yeah, didn't even cost us $1,000, so there's... it was ridiculous to even consider not getting that. We'll touch that a little bit up on the way back. That's not going to be a big problem. Doesn't look like it needs a ton of lime. But, well, parts of it might. Right? Maybe just the area that we're in there doesn't need a ton. Because it's not moving up that much. It's moving up the pH value by 0.25. But if I remember correctly, this field is relatively good. In other words, it's got a really good soil, right? So it probably doesn't need that much. Can I buy? No, you cannot. I was going to say, can I buy? I can't even buy. You know, the. Oh, maybe I can. Wait a minute. Maybe I was in the wrong menu. Hold on a second. Let me get turned around here. I think I was in the wrong menu. That makes more sense. I still don't think I'd be able to, though, because it wasn't a field to begin with. But maybe it'll let me know. I don't know. Precision farming. Yeah, it doesn't even let me buy it. So I won't really know, unfortunately, on this field, any of the precision farming stuff that you would typically want to know. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Alright, this is pretty much all done now, and so are we for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smash the like, subscribe button in the case you've yet to do so. They are free. They help me out an absolute ton. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, ideas, let me know down below. I'm happy to get back to you on those. I want to thank my members. They are amazing people. If you're interested in becoming a member, you do get early access to videos like this one, including that competitive one-tile challenge, among all the other new series that we just started, which have taken off, and a lot of people have been enjoying those. So if you're interested in seeing these things early, or these videos early, there's a link down below for you to check out. Supports me, supports the channel. I put every single bit of that money back into the channel, one way or another. I've mentioned that before. Even if you don't specifically see it, I do put it back into the channel. There's a link down below for my second channel if you're interested in that. I have been a little bit slacking on being able to get videos done there as of the last few days, but we'll be back in the groove there as well soon. I try to do a couple a week, one, two, maybe 3 a week normally. Not right now, but normally. There's a Discord link down there below as well. If you want to join that, you can share progress, anything you may be working on, maybe get some individuals to check out your videos if you want. I also share everything that I release on that Discord as well. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for your continued support as always, and I'll see you next time.